Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Um, Today I wanted to talk about the masterclass that I have coming up, titled Monetize Your Music Masterclass. And ooh, I'm really excited about it. Really, really excited about it. Okay, save. That's what happens when you're doing too many things. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to talk about my day and just some lessons that I've learned in the hope that someone might get inspired by it. I'm sure many of you are the same. If you grew up in church and you grew up singing in choir, we are not really performers, music performers. We are worship leaders. So when we are standing on stage and singing and leading, the whole church is focused and listening and engaging and worshiping. And that's the experience that we've had over and over and over. And then if you come into the music industry, you may end up performing in various um, environments, essentially. You could be um, performing at a party or a wedding. I remember the first time I performed or I sang at a wedding, it was during the wedding reception, and I had this feeling of, oh, this feeling on inside of me, like, oh, there are people talking to each other, there are people not listening, there are people not engaging, and I had this feeling on inside of me that I did not like. And then now that I'm now doing this more often, I have struggled with performing, with singing my music um, in a place that is not church. And if you want to grow as an artist, I highly suspect that you will end up singing in multiple environments, all kinds of situations. Um, and sometimes you will get paid to sing at banquets, you will get paid to sing um, in a place where people are having fun. And part of the fun may be conversations with each other, part of the fun may be enjoying their dinner, and part of the fun will be listening to your music. So that feeling of, oh, I don't really like this, no one is listening. Um, I seem to be coming to terms with it. So I traveled to a business meeting today, a business training with some lovely women 2 hours away in Cambridge. And yesterday, when I was preparing and writing my set list, I visualized what I was going to do, and I just decided that I was just going to have fun, and it was okay for people to not be focused on me all the time because I knew that was always going to happen. I was um, performing a 30-minute set after some of the main sessions. So some people were going to be eating, some people were going to some workshops, some people were going to be just talking to the sponsors and going from table to table. And that was when I was going to sing. And I was like, this is still all right because I'm still going to be sharing some impactful songs, some songs that I've written. I'm still going to be sharing some stories. And at the end, I was able to share my cards out, my business cards, and that had multiple QR codes. And I said, hey, if you scan this QR code, you will see my work on the Harmony and Healing Project and what I'm doing around mental health. And if you scan this QR code, you get some free music to be downloaded and a free ebook. And so I was able to give that to all of them, and many of them appreciated it. Some people have followed me already. Some people have said, oh, that was so good. Some people have said, you know what, I think I'm gonna connect you with someone. She does events and she's doing a project on mental health. So essentially job done. I have spread my music. I have marketed what I'm doing, and hopefully develop some relationships that might evolve into even more things in the future. That's why we do what we do, right? But I just wanted to talk about that journey because, yes, I was singing today, and some people were literally chatting to themselves and laughing. But then I remember one time I asked, "Hey, who wants to hear the story behind my next song?" And they were like, "Yay, yes, tell us." And for like 5 minutes, everyone was listening, before they started to talk again. But then I did notice that, they would glance at me, enjoy it, and then talk to each other. And yeah, I was like, okay, now I'm coming to terms with this. And it just makes me think about some of the other things we will need to come to terms with as artists, and how you may like something, um, then there might be some parts of the business that you do not like. Well, maybe you just need to shift your thinking in a certain way to like it, because I can guarantee you that in the future, if someone paid me thousands to come sing at their wedding, but I knew that some of the guests may be chatting to themselves, some of the guests may not be paying attention, but I was being paid thousands, I will go and I will do a good job, and I wouldn't care that not everyone was listening. And I think part of that is you're creating that ambience, that environment that people just love. People are having fun, but they might not be focused on you all the time. So I'm curious to know, which shifts have you had to make in your business, in your mindset, and how you viewed certain things in the music industry. What shifts have you had to make? It will be lovely to just hear about them. Oh, and I need to mention that I drove all the way back to Derby and went for my son's talent show in school. And when we were prepping for this, so my first son, Seth, he's mildly autistic. And for the last year, we've been having to deal with confidence issues and this, ooh, people don't want to be my friend, no one is talking to me, no one is talking to me. And I've just had to be thinking about ways to raise his confidence. And I decided that I was just gonna find ways to give him quick wins, because that's a real quick way to build his confidence. um so when we were thinking about the talent show, I decided that we should write a song. So I got together with him and I said, let's write a song. What things do you like about yourself, and what things do you wish you could be better at? And then, you know, what message? Essentially, we wrote a song, a beautiful song, starting from what he loves doing, and some of the things he wished he was better at, and then a take-home message for him and for everyone, that despite all my faults, I am loved. And we wrote that song in his own words, and he sang that song at the talent show, and people were blessed. And he did so beautifully. He really did. I was so proud of him. And Nathan, his brother, Nathan cannot hold a tune yet. I'm saying yet because there is hope for him because he's my son. But half the time he can't sing on tune, half the time he can't. So I said he needs to join us and be the dancer. Oh dear, but yeah, it was just such a lovely experience of just some music therapy, some good old natured music therapy with my kid, because we wrote a song about who he is, um, and a take home message for him, in that in the midst of all of this, in the midst of his faults, he's loved, regardless of all that, he is loved. And I'm hoping that that song will stay with him. The message of the song will stay with him, and that the skills he's built in being able to sing and sing out, sing and dance. He even asked the crowd to join him, and people joined and were clapping and singing. It was so beautiful. He didn't win first place, but in my heart, he did. Anyways, down to the business of the podcast today. I wanted to talk about getting a roadmap to your first 1K from one client. And I talk about this because as artists, we need to know how to raise funds for our music. We need to know how to bring an income in regularly. Um, I don't know about you, but I know people that have said they were saving money to release a single, and they will save all the money, release a single, and then it will all start again, raise money again to release the next single. And then they're only, releasing a couple of singles. There's nothing coming in. There's no momentum. That's not a plan that will help you make significant impact and that will help you grow to heights where you are increasing your sphere of influence. I think as artists, we need to be more proactive. We definitely need to be more proactive. And this is sitting down, having a look at all of you and monetizing all of that. Let me explain. So, um, I'll start with this story. When recently I had a patient at work. This little girl, she must have been 2 or 3 years, and I call her Poppy just because I speak about her over and over again when I talk. And and she's a feisty little girl, and she came into clinic because she had a chronic medical condition, and whenever she would have flare ups of this condition, she will come in with abdominal pain. We will need to do blood tests, and obviously for a toddler, they don't like blood tests. No one likes blood tests, right? um and I think because she was needing so many blood tests, she was beginning to hide her pain. And her mom was picking up on that and was saying, "Ooh, she's getting traumatized. This is really getting to her." And I needed to do bloods on this little girl. And I remember doing the bloods and then just starting to sing, just in an effort to make it all more bearable. I started to sing nursery rhymes and I sang, starting from Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And finally, I got to a song that was her favorite, and I started to pause for her to join in. And she did eventually. So this girl went from being scared to death of needles, screaming during the procedure, to singing with us. And when she left with a bounce on her steps, in her steps. And mom had this look of being really grateful on her face. And this sense of this is why I do what I do. This has been the best part of my day, that I will be able to help someone like this. Um, but every time I think about that story, I think I was able to impact that girl that way because I brought all of me to my work as a pediatrician, including my love of music. And I'm just wondering, you can 10x your impact as an artist, as a mom, in whatever you're doing. You can 10x your impact when you bring all of you. And this will include your skills, your experience, and your gifts, your talents. Is there a way you can combine your knowledge in your field of expertise with your music? Is there a way you can serve parts of your music audience, part of your fans with your other expertise. This is one way to get to your first 1K. And this is what I'll be talking about in the masterclass on Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. It's possible to create a system, to create a roadmap where you are able to have regular income from your fans. It's possible. But you need to not just bring the music, you need to bring all of you. And as artists, I know many of us are multi-talented, we're skilled, we wear many hats. So you are more than just an artist. If you choose to bring all of you to your music business, you will things are going to blow up in a good way. So if you want more on how to create this sort of business plan, you need to register for the masterclass coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You need to register for it. You need to be there. Take this time, invest in yourself, invest in your music business, invest in your dreams. You need to be there. So I'm going to put the link in the description. I'm going to put the link in the live. I'm going to put that once I sign up. So hopefully everyone will see it wherever it is. Sign up for it. If for some reason you want to sign up or you can find the link, just go to my pages. It's going to be there. It's going to be on Instagram. It's going to be in the description, or on the one link I have on my bio, rather. That's what I'm looking for. It's going to be in my bio. Invite a friend. Get ready to leave with a business plan for your music, one that will help you be unstoppable. Because essentially, once you have a plan like this, you can go for your goals. You can go for your goals. So you're not limited by lack of funds. I think that's the biggest distraction or limitation to artists. We don't have the funds. We want to do this, we don't have the funds. We want to do a music video, we don't have the funds. We want to run ads, we don't have the funds. Well, you can do something about it. You can do something about it. So sign up. I will see you guys Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of the week. Happy Monday, y'all. Take care. Bye.